at WCLUradio.com.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's 35 degrees. It is chilly out there this morning. 35, 8 minutes after the 6 o'clock hour. And I think we are probably going to stay cool for a couple of days this week. We'll check in with Ray Stajic here in a second. I want to warm up a little bit while I'm reading the weather forecast. I like sending out warm birthday greetings, and we already have amassed several here this morning that we really want to tell you about. Let me get over here and tell you that, first of all, today we have a big birthday for Lyra Mae Kingrey. Sydney Pettigo is turning 6 today. It's also Gavin Nunn, who is 11. Whitley Rich, Carolyn Perkins, Teresa Bewley, Sarah Barrick, Jace Hawks is 5, Kim Hickman, Lorena Truex Clark, Alyssa Towery is 15, Miss Maudie Forrester is 13, Stephen Cox, Timmy Sherfy, James S. Jones, happy birthday to you, James. Amy Steenburgen has a birthday. At the bottom of the hour, we'll sound a 20 gong for Lindsay Garman. She's 20 today. Regaz Howard is 38 today. That's where we're starting off, 651-9149. 800-956-1023. Online here, a simple click at WCLUradio.com. Now, Ray, what do you think about where we're going with all of this cool air here this morning, sir?
High pressure is now in, and that means dry weather. Now we're going to stay on the cool side for a few days, meaning down below normal. Should be in the mid-60s this time of year. But we'll get back to that and then some toward the end of the week. Next chance for rain, probably going to be the beginning of the weekend. With an approaching front, an area of low pressure. Looks like that day is going to be Saturday, where we'll see that chance come on in. But for now, as I said, it's high pressure. A few clouds, chilly this morning. Mostly sunny this afternoon, 54. Tonight, mainly clear and cold, 28. So, yeah, maybe some jackets tomorrow morning. Don't lose it in the afternoon if you shed it. Mostly sunny, 62. More clouds than sun on Thursday in the upper 60s. Friday, mild, cloudy, upper 60s. Then a chance of showers and thunderstorms on Saturday, with highs in the mid-60s. Then cooler weather Sunday, cloudy, upper 40s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel, WCLU, your home for local.
Yeah, Ray, let's look at the current conditions. Barometer is at 30.23. Winds are going to get you this morning. It got me. Northeast winds at 7 to 10 miles an hour. Takes that 35-degree temperature reading way down into the lower 20s if it hits you in the face. 63% humidity. We didn't get any additional rain after the early morning rain yesterday, so officially for the day it's 0, but we had 3,100, 7-inch. By about 8 o'clock yesterday morning. 35 degrees. Brennan Crane in the newsroom. Live and local news is next.
I was currently with no prosthetic company, and I was just getting my beginner's prosthetic, and it still wasn't comfortable.
That's when Mike met William Bray with Extreme Prosthetics.
I met Mr. Bray at one of my daughter's ball games, and he'd handed me a card, and he seemed very confident and knew what he was talking about, so I decided to go see Mr. Bray just for a consultation, and just in minutes I was more confident in it, full range of motion.
Mike and many others have given great testimonials for William Bray and Extreme Prosthetics at 400 South Broadway in Glasgow, which you can check out online at comfortforamputees.com.
Yeah, I'm a rather large guy, and it takes a special prosthetic to carry my weight. In the first meeting with Mr. Bray, he realized by looking at the material they used to assemble my prosthetic that it wasn't at the weight limit to carry my weight, and had I not went to that consultation, I'd have never known that.
Professional care from someone who wears a prosthetic themselves. William Bray and Extreme Prosthetics.
If you're just not confident with it, I'd say go see Mr. Bray.
Call 629-5347.
Mommy, I don't feel good.
Those are words a parent never wants to hear, but don't worry. I'm here to help when you do. This is nurse practitioner Brittany Jackson with Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic. Cold and flu season can be scary and intimidating unless you have a plan. Be sure to wash your hands, drink water, eat well, and get plenty of rest. But when that doesn't work, or when your kid picks up the latest bug tearing through their class, Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic is here to help. We offer same-day appointments for sick visits, and we make sure that we are up to date on the latest treatments to guide you through whatever hits you or your family. Many times, quick response can head off the worst of the symptoms, so put Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic on your speed dial and let us get you feeling better faster. 270-629-6722. Remember our new location right across from TJ Sampson Hospital at 1214B North Race Street. Together, we can keep you on the path to good health.
Call my mama. She will make you all better. 270-629-6722.
Good morning. For WCLU News, I'm Brennan Crane reporting. The City of Glasgow has a new city clerk. The Glasgow City Council met last night at Glasgow City Hall for the second time this month. Mayor Harold Armstrong swore Mona Simmons in as the new city clerk after former city clerk Jamie McFarland's resignation. Simmons has a history of working in the city. She was a former administrative clerk to former Mayor Dick Doty. In other business, the council held a second reading of an ordinance to increase the city's contribution to economic development from $60,000 per year to $120,000 per year. Councilman Terry Bunnell persisted in his idea of removing any language in the proposed ordinance that dealt with salaries or advertising. Bunnell brought this before the council at the March 11th meeting. According to Bunnell, if the wording were kept to the ordinance, it would restrict the city.
I don't think it's prudent at this time for the city to place any restrictions upon the funds that the Marion County Economic Authority group is in the process of reorganizing. Further, this action allows the city to be flexible with economic assistance in the creation of jobs and for business development. So I move for the passage of this amendment.
Every member of the council voted in support of Bunnell except Councilman Patrick Gauntz. According to Gauntz, this would not allow the ordinance to serve its purpose, economic development.
We also got a plan for the economic development of our city.
With the amendment passage, there will be a reading at the next council meeting to assess the viability of the amended ordinance. City grant writer April Russell was present to offer the council any advice on proposed grants that were passed at last night's meeting. The council voted to pass 3 resolutions for grants. The first was a resolution to apply for a grant for a portable paper shredder. Russell said, quote, "It's a popular thing." She referenced last Saturday's Shredder Day as an example of the community's desire for a paper shredder. She says, quote, 13,980 pounds of paper was shredded in 3 hours. The other grants would allow the city to receive a Kentucky League of Cities Insurance Services Compensation Grant and a grant administered by the Kentucky Pride Fund Household Hazardous Waste Management. On Monday, the Glasgow Police Department responded to Bryan Street in an attempt to serve an active arrest warrant. Officers made contact with Ronald Matthews inside of a garage. Officers received consent to search of the garage and located marijuana and methamphetamine. Ronald Matthews of Glasgow, Kentucky, was arrested and charged with possession of a controlled substance, first degree, first offense, methamphetamine, possession of marijuana, and possession of drug paraphernalia. The arrest was made by Officer Mark Cromwell, assisted by Officer Wesley Hicks. On Saturday, the Glasgow Police Department responded to the Barron County Detention Center in reference to a complaint that an inmate had spice in his possession. Devonja Sweat of Nashville, Tennessee, was charged with possession of synthetic drugs, first offense, promoting contraband, first degree, and possession of drug paraphernalia. The arrest was made by Officer Mark Cromwell, assisted by Officer Wesley Hicks and Deputy Jailer Clifford Sumler. And last Monday, the Glasgow Police Department conducted a traffic stop on Old Bowling Green Road for a vehicle that had an expired Kentucky registration plate. Officer John Dewberry made contact with the driver, identified as Amanda Eversole, and confirmed that she had an active arrest warrant. Officer Dewberry received consent to search the vehicle and located a glass pipe that contained methamphetamine residue. Amanda Eversole of Glasgow was arrested and charged with failure to illuminate headlamps, no registration plates, failure of owner to maintain required insurance, first offense, possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of a controlled substance, first offense, methamphetamine. The arrest was made by Officer John Dewberry. It's 6:17, 35 degrees here at WCLU. We'll be right back for more news.
At U.S. Bank, just picture what you can do with a low home equity rate. Cook up a new kitchen, say ID to the perfect wedding. If you can picture it, you can do it with a U.S. Bank home equity line of credit. Apply today at your local U.S. Bank. Visit usbank.com. Go ahead, bring your dreams to life. You've got the strength of U.S. Bank behind you. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Nursing is one of the most rewarding careers because nurses save lives every day. TJ Regional Health is looking for nurses who like to make a difference each and every day. Come and be a part of the future at TJ Regional Health by joining our amazing nursing staff today. We offer sign-on bonuses, student debt relief, flexible schedules, and a great retirement plan. For more information, call the Human Resources Department at TJ Sampson Community Hospital or go online tjsampson.org.
In more news, a Kentucky man is fighting a traffic citation he received while feeding a homeless man. Morris Sword told the Kentucky Inquirer he saw the man holding a sign that said homeless and hungry, so he decided to buy him a meal. Sword said he returned to his car to the man's spot in Florence, and his wife was handing food out the window when a police officer approached. Sword says he was cited for stopping on a limited access highway. The citation says the vehicle was stopped in the right lane as traffic approached. The Florence Police Department did not respond to the newspaper's request for comment. Sword pleaded not guilty in court last week. His attorney says he will pursue dismissal of Sword's ticket at the April 5th trial. A Kentucky man who killed his family and then took a high school classroom hostage 25 years ago has been denied parole. Kentucky Department of Corrections spokeswoman Lisa Lamb says the state parole board deliberated Monday and decided 42-year-old Clay Shrout should remain in prison. News outlets report Shrout was 17 in 1994 when he fatally shot his mother, father, and two sisters in their Boone County home, and then went to Ryle High School where he held students hostage. During a hearing last week, Shrout told the parole board that he was sorry for his actions, that he wasn't a public threat, and that he planned to move out of the state if released. Lamb says Shrout will have to serve another 10 years before he's eligible to go on parole again. A judge has cautioned lawyers to watch their language when responding to a lawsuit challenge to Kentucky laws aimed at restricting abortion. U.S. District Judge David J. Hell set a Friday hearing on a preliminary injunction motion requested by attorneys for the only abortion clinic in Kentucky. The clinic's attorneys argue both laws are unconstitutional. Attorneys for Governor Matt Bevin are defending the laws. In setting the hearing, Hill cautioned lawyers to, quote, avoid intemperate language and pre-hearing documents. He didn't state why he urged attorneys to watch their language. In one court filing, the state's attorney said doctors must be viewed, quote, as healers, not enablers and practitioners of eugenics. Eugenics is a belief that the human race can be improved through controlled breeding. The judge has temporarily blocked enforcement of both laws passed by the Republican-dominated legislature and signed by Bevin. Kentucky forestry officials are urging people to be more cautious as spring forest fire season becomes more active. A statement from the Kentucky Division of Forestry says it has battled more than 189 forest fires, which have damaged more than 1,524 acres since March 1st. The spring fire season began February 15th. Fire Management Chief Michael Froelich says people should be cautious when burning outdoors, especially when conditions are dry and windy. Debris fires have gotten away from homeowners, have caused 30% of this season's fires. He says arson is the leading cause of fires this season, causing 52% of them. Citizens are asked to report any unusual activity they may see around a wildfire to local law enforcement. It's 6:21, 35 degrees at WCLU. I'm Brennan Crane.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell blocked an attempt to pass a non-binding resolution calling for release of the Mueller report. Minority Leader Chuck Schumer put forth the resolution. McConnell said the Justice Department needs more time to prepare the report for release.
This very extensive investigation took 2 years to be concluded. So look, it's not unreasonable to give the special counsel and the Justice Department just a little time to complete their review.
2 weeks ago, the House approved a resolution calling for the Justice Department to make the Mueller report public. Jefferson County Public Schools is giving the State Department of Education a preliminary list of teachers who called out sick to protest in Frankfort. Sickouts across the state during the legislative session forced schools to close. Education Commissioner Dr. Wayne Lewis sent a letter to 10 school districts earlier this month asking for the names. Attorney General Andy Beshear joins a number of other attorneys general in filing a response to keep a provision of the Affordable Care Act.
We think it's a strong brief that ultimately will be successful in protecting the type of coverage that all of our families need. And this is just part of the fight.
Beshear adds if the provision is struck down, 1.3 million Kentuckians will lose their health care coverage. And UK head coach John Calipari says P.J. Washington will be taking off his cast today. The Wildcats coach did not have any other updates on the sophomore forward. Kentucky's top scorer and rebounder continues to recover from a foot sprain suffered in the SEC tournament. His playing status against Houston in the Sweet 16 is in doubt. I'm Jaleesa Chatzman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
I remember as a young girl going to Community Trust Bank with my mom. She would pack us all up, and then we'd all go inside. Now I have 2 little girls of my own, and I look back, and I don't know how she did it. I still bank at Community Trust. They have 79 branch locations, over 100 ATM locations, online banking and mobile banking. They've made it so much easier for me and my family. And that's what I love about Community Trust.
Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Staying safe on the road is everyone's responsibility, for motorists and motorcyclists alike. Drivers, look out for motorcycles. They can be difficult to see, and bikers, do your part in staying visible. Motorcyclists have the same rights as every other motor vehicle. That's somebody's family member or friend. So drivers, give motorcycles the full lane. No sharing. Check your mirrors and blind spots often, and keep a safe following distance. Share the road, not the lane. Bikers' lives depend on it. Paid for with federal funds through the Kentucky Office.
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one, or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com.
It's 6:24. This is WCLU Local News. It is 35 degrees. In area funeral announcements this hour, Charles Tharp, age 69, of Glasgow, died at NHC Healthcare yesterday. At this hour, arrangements for Charles Tharp are incomplete, but will be announced later by the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Steve Regal Sr., age 68, of Glasgow, passed away Saturday at his home. He was the owner-operator of Regal Construction and was a U.S. Army veteran of the Vietnam War. He is survived by his wife of 46 years, Kathy Simpson Regal, 2 children, Stephen Regal and wife Amanda Jane of Brentwood, Tennessee, and Leah Kate Panuski and husband Luke of Glasgow. 4 grandchildren, Porter and Anna Regal, and Chloe Kate and Leo Panuski. His surviving siblings, Norma Hale, Ruth Smith, Lois Aiken, Jimmy Regal, Wanda Smith, Juanita Kirby, Beverly Thomas, Betty Jo Landrum, and John Regal. Steve's request to be cremated was honored, and a celebration of Steve's life will be at 2 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon at A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Visitation with the family will be Wednesday from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Alternate expressions of sympathy can be made in the form of contributions to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Elizabeth M. Wilson, age 98, of Horse Cave, died Monday at Signature Healthcare of Horse Cave. She was a member of the Horse Cave Baptist Church. She retired as a clerk at Ben Franklin 5 and Dime in downtown Horse Cave. She enjoyed planting flowers and doing crafts. She was a devoted mother, grandmother, and loved spending time with her family and really enjoyed her brothers and sisters. She is survived by a son, Johnny Ray Wilson of Smiths Grove, 3 grandchildren, Lisa Fisher, Haley Reynolds, and Libby Ellis, 8 great-grandchildren, Whitney, Peyton, Trace, Grayson, Addison, Bailey, Jackson, and Owen, 2 sisters, Lucille Carver and Josephine Edwards, 1 brother, Kenneth Martin. Funeral service for Elizabeth M. Wilson will be at 11 o'clock on Thursday at the Wynn Funeral Home. Burial will follow in the Horse Cave Municipal Cemetery. Visitation from 11 until 8 Wednesday and from 8 until time for service on Thursday. Expressions of sympathy can take the form of contributions to the Alzheimer's Association. James G. McAdoo, age 71, of Bowling Green, died Saturday at his residence. He was employed at Firestone Car Center and a member of the Iva Baptist Church. His survivors include his daughter, Terry Cooper, his son, Barry Lane McAdoo, 5 brothers, Jerry and Robert McAdoo, Mike Jr. and Donald Cowles, 6 sisters, Wilma Embry, Pamela Porter, Kathleen Thurston, Betty McAdoo, Mary Montgomery, Dora Richards, 7 grandchildren, 1 great-grandchild. A graveside service for James G. McAdoo will be at 10 o'clock on Wednesday at Fairview Cemetery No. 2. Arrangements under the direction of the Hardy & Son Funeral Home. Joyce May Lobb Rock, age 84, of Cave City, died Saturday at T.J. Sampson Community Hospital. She was a member of the Cave City Baptist Church and was a devoted mother, grandmother, gardening enthusiast, and a lifetime lover of God's creatures. She is survived by her 4 children, Dennis Rock of Texas, Paula Rock of Cave City, Rodney Rock of Scottsville, and Michael Rock of Bowling Green. 4 grandchildren, Joshua and Justin Rock, Jacqueline Erbsey and Mary Lee Rock, a great-grandson, Braden Erbsey. Funeral services for Joyce May Lobb Rock will be at noon Saturday at Wynn Funeral Home. Burial to follow in the Red Hill Cemetery at Hodgenville. Visitation from 4 until 8 Friday and continuing Saturday from 10 until time for service. Funeral services for Dorothy Jean Adwell, age 87, of Cave City, will be Thursday at 1 o'clock at Bob Hunt Funeral Chapel. Burial in the Cave City Cemetery. Visitation at the funeral home begins at 4 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon. Funeral services for David Eugene Green, age 63, of Edmonton, will be held Wednesday at 2 at Norris New Funeral Home. Burial in the Burkesville Cemetery. Visitation after 1 o'clock today. Funeral service for Jerry N. Nelson Stevens, age 82, of Hoover, Alabama, will be held at 1 o'clock Wednesday at the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home. Burial is to be in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Funeral services for Laverne Kinslow Rennick, age 89, of Glasgow, will be this afternoon at 1 o'clock at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial is to be in the Shiloh Cemetery. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free online at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care Monday through Friday with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
Let's turn to local sports. In high school softball yesterday, Barron County down Franklin Simpson 11-0. Greenwood defeated Allen County Scottsville 11-1. It was Greene County over Caverna 15-0. Hart County over Warren Central 13-1, and Metcalfe County ousted Adair County 17-7. In baseball yesterday, in an exciting matchup, it was Barron County defeating Warren East in a 9-inning affair. The final score: Barron County 6, Warren East 3. It was also Logan County over Allen County Scottsville 11-1, and Monroe County down Clay County, Tennessee by a final of 7-3. High school baseball today, the crosstown rivals matchup. It is Barron County taking on Glasgow in the first district game for the Scotties. At a 5 o'clock first pitch, Joe Myers and Bruce Tribune will broadcast the game live from Barron County High School at 4:55 on WCLU 103.1 FM and 1490 AM and online at playwclu.com. The baseball action this afternoon, Allen County Scottsville travels to Monroe County. Caverna hosts John Hardin. Hart County visits Adair County, and Edmondson County entertains Whitesville Trinity. In softball today, Glasgow goes to Monroe County. Barron County plays at Russell County. Hart County is on the road at Clinton County, and Edmondson County travels to Metcalfe County. That's a check of local sports.
Have you been putting off buying a new vehicle? Well, Bailey Gibson in Glasgow says the wait is over.
Just announced, and for a limited time, GM is extending supplier pricing to every customer, plus cash allowance on all 2018 and 2019 Buicks and GMC cars and SUVs in stock.
What's the bottom line? Pick out your next Buick, GMC, or SUV from the huge in-stock inventory at Bailey Gibson.
And you'll get up to 16% off MSRP on all cars and SUVs in stock.
Couldn't get any simpler. Don't miss out. Come to Bailey Gibson Buick GMC, 306 Happy Valley Road, Glasgow.
The Weather Channel brings you the latest forecast. Sponsored by Southern States in Glasgow.
The secret to your garden success is waiting for you now at Southern States Glasgow Cooperative. Yes, Southern States has in stock healthy garden plants ready for you to get a good start on the growing season. Southern States covers your lawn care and farming needs year-round. They are ready with seed, fertilizer, chemicals for farm and home use. If you're ready to get started, Southern States is ready to get you going. That's Sampson Street in Glasgow. Southern States, farmer-owned since 1923.
High pressure is now in, and that means dry weather. Now we're going to stay on the cool side for a few days, meaning down below normal. Should be in the mid-60s this time of year. But we'll get back to that and then some toward the end of the week. Next chance for rain, probably going to be the beginning of the weekend. With an approaching front, an area of low pressure. Looks like that day is going to be Saturday, where we'll see that chance come on in. But for now, as I said, it's high pressure. A few clouds, chilly this morning, mostly sunny this afternoon, 54. Tonight, mainly clear and cold, 28. So, yeah, maybe some jackets tomorrow morning. Don't lose it in the afternoon if you shed it. Mostly sunny, 62. More clouds than sun on Thursday in the upper 60s. Friday, mild, cloudy, upper 60s. Then a chance of showers and thunderstorms on Saturday with highs in the mid-60s. Then cooler weather Sunday, cloudy, upper 40s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stijic from the Weather Channel, WCLU, your home for local.
It's going to take a while before we shed it, Ray, for sure, because we need it. Temperature's going down, 34 degrees now. That's as cool as it's been, 34. The barometer is at 30.23. Winds out of the northeast at 7 miles an hour. We've seen a gust or two up to 10 miles an hour. 63% humidity, 34. WCLU weather brought to you by your friends, helping you get started this spring at Southern States.
At Hardee's, we change deals forever. Deals used to be a way to get rid of the unpopular stuff. Well, Hardee's thinks deals should sell the best stuff for $2.49, which is why this Hardy value serves up a juicy charbroiled bacon double cheeseburger, our hot ham and cheese, or hand-breaded chicken in our Southern-style tender sandwich, each for only $2.49. One day, historians will look back on this Hardy value as a turning point for deal variety and quality. Historians like to make a big deal out of big deals. Hardee's, because it tastes better.
Offer available for a limited time after regular breakfast hours at participating Hardee's restaurants. Price and participation may vary. Tax not included.
When was the last time you got your Ralphie on? What's getting your Ralphie on, you ask? When you're winning prizes and lighting up the store in the arcade, you're getting your Ralphie on. When you're dancing under the lights on roller skates, you've turned on your inner Ralphies. When you bring your coworkers to bowl in the business league, your office staff has clocked in on Ralphie's time. If you suffer from symptoms such as lack of fun, feeling bored, if you get frequent urges to act like it's your birthday, or if you're just not smiling enough, you need to go to Ralphie's. That's Ralphie's Fun Center in Glasgow. A great place for any party, event, field trip, or church group. Get your Ralphie on.
It's always a good day to go have a little bit of fun at Ralphie's Fun Center. Whether it's a birthday, whether it's a get-together, they do it right. Let me tell you about well, let's see. First of all, we got to sound a couple of 20 gongs here this morning. That's the 20 gong for Lindsay Garman. Happy 20th to Lindsay. And happy 20th birthday to Emily Lawrence. Yes, Miss Emily is 20 today. Lyra Mae Kingree celebrates. It's also Sydney Pettigo. She is 6. Gavin Nunn is 11. Whitley Rich, Carolyn Perkins, Teresa Bewley, Sarah Barrick, J.C. Hawks. I hope I'm saying that right. It might be Jace. I'm going to say it Jace. Because I know a little about Paw Patrol. Jace Hawks is 5 today. Kim Hickman has a birthday. Lorena Truex Clark. Alyssa Towery is 15. Miss Maudie Forrester is 13. Stephen Cox. Timmy Sherfy. James S. Jones with a birthday today. Amy Steenburgen. We also have Reguez Howard. That's Reguez Howard, number 38 for Reguez. I think that's what we have here. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Online here from WCLUradio.com. Let me look one more place and make sure I got all the different ways that people contact us about birthdays covered here, and to make sure that we have everybody honored. And, of course, we thank the good folks at Ralphie's Fun Center for letting us enjoy passing along birthdays and anniversaries each and every day here on WCLU. Brian Ford is good as gold today. That's right, Brian Ford. If you see him around town, we want you to pat him on the back. Now, he's got a birthday tomorrow, and we just kind of have to shift these things around a little bit, but it's very special to be nominated to be good as gold, and it's very special to be patted on the back by some of your friends who want to wish you a good day. And today, that day is Brian Ford. Let him know he's good as gold from WCLU and a little taste of Texas.
Do you find yourself thinking about the future? Perhaps you are considering downsizing or purchasing your first home. Or maybe your family is growing and you need a bigger home. I'm Gay Parker, mortgage originator with Citizens First Bank. With my 40 years of experience helping homeowners in South Central Kentucky, I can find the best mortgage product for you, regardless of your stage of life. Stop in our Glasgow branch or apply online at citizensfirstbank.com. Citizens First, the best choice for the best mortgage loans.
MLS number 419873. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. All in subject to credit approval.
Every Monday and Tuesday, enjoy half-off sushi and appetizers at Shogun Bistro in Glasgow all day long. That's right, half-off sushi and appetizers. Shogun Bistro of Glasgow. You've chosen wisely.
At SCRTC, it's time to spring. Spring into savings. Spring into more TV service. Spring into faster internet. Now through March 31st, SCRTC is offering a $35 credit when you add or upgrade SCRTC internet or TV services. Add those extra SCRTC TV channels to catch all the games. Get that faster SCRTC internet that you've needed. And get that $35 credit too. So spring into action and call SCRTC for this $35 credit now through March 31st.
You don't have to know the mechanics of how your car works. You just have to know mechanics who do. That's the story of Haywood Sales and Service. From a small engine repair center, Haywood Sales and Service has blossomed into a popular place for trusted vehicle service and repairs with ASE certified mechanics. They're your source for Cooper and Mastercraft tires for any vehicle. Pros who provide dependable service. Pros who won't overcharge you and who want your business. That's Haywood Sales and Service on Finney Road at Haywood. Discuss your needs at 270-814-1068. Spend your weekday afternoons learning the common sense way to handle your money. The Dave Ramsey Show on WCLU from 1 to 4 helps you deal with money management, debt freedom, and financial peace. Brought to you locally by Lock Shield Partners, creating a map for your future.
I don't know how you are, but when I hear that song, I get a little sense of calm. A little sense of, well, everything's going to be all right, because look how good it's been for the last 100 years. Or has it? We are going to share such conversations with Sam Terry as we get the archives on the airwaves this morning. And the archives today being brought to you by your friends at Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services, a proud sponsor of the archives since its beginning. And we're going to jump in and join Sam here just in a second.
15,000 inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto? No problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow.
Well, 20 minutes till 7 o'clock and 34 degrees. That's to give a warm greeting to Mr. Sam Terry, local historian and man who contributes a lot to the archives. Hey, Sam, how you doing?
Doing very well this morning, Henry. It's still winter outside.
It is. I mean, it's flat cold because look at the thermometer, but if you're not outside, you don't get the full effect of this 10-mile-an-hour wind we have out there. Nonetheless, we're going to talk about some things. First of all, Sam contributes, so does Gail Perry and Ray Green, the archivist, and all the folks down at the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center who are really getting pumped up about April the 13th. We want people to etch that date in stone, Sam. It's the Murder Mystery at the Museum. Now, the first show will be at 2. The second show begins at 7. So either one of those that you can work it out to go, you're going to enjoy, where you get to follow the dastardly deed. Guests will assist in discovering who committed the murder by visiting various exhibits, searching for physical clues, and interviewing costume characters throughout the museum. Now, at the conclusion, cake and punch will be served. That's the way you need to wrap up every murder investigation. You think, Sam?
Sounds like a great idea.
It does. It's $20 per person. 100% of the profits going to replace the antiquated computers and technology down at the museum. It's going to be a great time and a wonderful, wonderful presentation. Just want to make sure everybody gets it on the calendar. Speaking of the calendar, let's go back 100 years, okay?
All right.
1919. Hats off to the graded and high school pupils of Cave City. They lost 6 weeks of work on account of the flu ban, but they did not lose heart. By working over hours and on Saturdays, they're going to be able to cover the ground. These boys and girls have shown a spirit of loyalty in this crisis that spells success. I like the way that's phrased, don't you?
Very nice. Very nice.
You know, hey, we missed school because we were sick, but we're going to work hard now that we're not. That's
It still amazes me how many months the flu epidemic went on in this area.
Yes.
We've been talking about it for at least 6 months on the archives, so it was quite an ordeal to survive.
Yeah, and I like the word that it's the flu ban. Now, obviously, they didn't ban any flu because apparently everybody had it, but they banned anybody from going out and giving it to anybody else. That still took a while to get rid of it, and I'm glad they did. Let's go to 1929. This story in the Glasgow Times. You know, we had a Glasgow City Council meeting last night, and they have a City Council meeting 90 years ago last night. This day in 1929, the Glasgow Times reports, no more mule buying or horse swapping on the public square. Now, I imagine that was a big change, don't you, Sam?
I bet it was, and I have a feeling some people didn't like that change.
And here's the bulk of the story. The city council has placed a ban on mule buying and horse trading on the public square. Hereafter, it will be a violation of law to use the streets except those designated for this purpose. So accordingly, Sam, the council has set aside and designated Broadway from Main Street to Washington Street for mule and horse trading purposes. Now, of course, that's that stretch right there from about Crow Funeral Home down to about the red light, which would be a good place, I guess, to trade a horse or to buy a mule. But don't be up there on the square trying to peddle mules and horses, because you'll be a violation of this ordinance the council passed here 90 years ago today. And I guess maybe we need the rest of the story. See who.
And I bet there is one.
Yeah, we'll keep our eyes peeled on that. I want to read the news report of the first people who were arrested for doing that, for trying to sell a mule on the square. All right, let's move to 1939. This story has a neat headline to it. They, quote unquote, tied him up. That was the headline. So everybody says we got to read that. And here we go. Wednesday, March 22nd, was W.C. Potts' birthday, and for the occasion, Mrs. Potts and the 17 employees of the National Store establishment framed up a little surprise for their manager. Seems that Bill was lured away while the floor was being prepared for the festivities. And when he and Mrs. Potts returned to their darkened apartment, they were greeted by a large cake, which blazed candles, symbolizing the anniversary. A delightful occasion was enjoyed by all, but the climax came when he was presented with 17 variously sized packages, and he opened each and every one of them. Imagine his surprise when he found that every one of these 17 gifts held a bow tie, which is his favorite piece of haberdashery, and each one was different. He says he's got a different tie for every holiday if he can get the holidays. So Mr. Potts here had a birthday, and 17 different ties, hence the headline, they tied him up. He'll wear that tie if he can get the holiday off. 1939.
A great story, and certainly one that I'm sure was memorable every time Mr. Potts wore one of those bow ties.
That's right. Going back to his birthday, his wife was in on the deal too there. 1939, the National Store. What a great part of our history. Excuse me, Sam. I was choking up here. This my voice box says, "What season is it?" Let's go to 1949. How about a little sports story right here, okay? 1949, a huge outpouring of local basketball fans accompanied the Glasgow Scotty basketball team to Louisville last week. Now, get this. It was the first time a Glasgow team had ever participated in the big-time competition of a state tournament. And despite the fact that they were defeated by Pikeville 58-45 in the opening round, we are grateful to acknowledge them as our heroes. We want to extend our congratulations to Coach James Brevard for their splendid achievement on the course during the 1948-49 season. They completely upset the Dope Bucket in winning of the 5th Region Tournament in Bowling Green after being rated number 7 in a field of 8 teams. What about that?
Wow.
I like this term right here. They're members of the Scotty Basketeers. You've heard of Mouseketeers, haven't you? Well, these are the Basketeers, and here they are. Hollis Miller, Harold Arterburn, Carol Holmes, David Sharp, Leroy Yoakley, Stanley Wilkinson, Powell Gillenwater, James Palmore, John Settle, and Rondo Lewis, the Scotty Basketeers, the first of which to go to the state tournament in 1949. It brought, and we just recently got to feel what community pride was all about again with the Trojanettes going up to the state tournament and having such a great season. And back in 1949, for the first time, this community tasted that, and I think we've developed a penchant for it ever since then, don't you, Sam?
I would agree. And all of those guys were great folks.
Yes.
And, I bet they had some lively tales they could recall about that whole experience.
So many times in the history of this community, we see what being involved in athletics, being involved in band, being involved in other extracurricular activities at school where you learn to get along with people and learn to work for a cause pays off big time a little bit later on in the history of the community. 1959, this day in the news, the congregation of the First Christian Church approved Sunday a proposal authorizing the purchase of Mrs. Mary Page McComas's home with 8 acres. They bought it for $40,000 in 1959 as a site for the new edifice to be erected at some future date. Now, you want to go with the rest of the story, Sam?
Well, of course, that is the current location of First Christian Church out on North Race Street. I think that address is about 1010 or 1100, something like that. Mm-hmm. And it took about 8 years for that to come about with the actual church being built there.
Mm-hmm.
It's still there today.
Yes, it's a nice, up on the hill there. It's a nice looking, they're referring to it as an edifice. I think that's a good name for it because you can see it just about all over town, and it certainly was one that was well designed and has been well taken care of. But in 1959, they bought Ms. McComas's home, getting ready for it. 1969. We've got some top sellers here. You know, there's a lot of candy sales and things like that going. The top spellers. I have sellers in another one. The top spellers are Cynthia Sue White. Now, Cynthia Sue White, a lot of folks know as Miss Cindy Wilson. We get to talk to her. She's a great gal. She was a top speller at Temple Hill in 1969. Also, we have Marshall Garrett, and we have Philip Morrison in 1969. Out at the Temple Hill School, the top spellers, way before spell check. You just had to know the words. And these three did a good job at that, Sam. 1969. All right, you ready to move to 1979? We've got another sports story for you. members of the Liberty Street PTA basketball team will engage their Happy Valley counterparts on Saturday afternoon. Now listen to these all-stars, okay? The names I'm going to mention are either members of the Happy Valley team or the Liberty Street PTA team. And here we go. Junior Lane, Jimmy Farrell, Jerry Botts, C.E. Rutledge, Harry Francis, Randall Cook, Buddy Alexander, Archie Williams, Johnny Vance, Carol Benedict, Philip Whiteside, Tommy Ramsey, Jim Heltsley, and Pat Van. Those are some basketeers for sure, Sam.
They definitely are. I am certain that was an entertaining game.
I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was like, just every trip up and down the floor, something funny. This is 1979. All of these gentlemen doing a fundraiser for the two elementary schools, Liberty Street and Happy Valley, and I just hope they had a big turnout and hope nobody got hurt. A lot of good names in there. 1989, a special honor for a very sweet gal. This was the day in 1989 that Ms. Edwina Davis was crowned a queen for a day at the Christian Women's Club. Many of us had the good fortune to have known Ms. Edwina Davis and known what a great lady she was, what a great member of the Christian Women's Club was, and a member of this community. And we lost her way too soon, but in 1989 at least she got the crown for Queen for a Day, Sam Terry.
Much deserved. She was a great person, and we still miss her.
Yes, indeed. 1999, Glasgow Techno Trim plant, bad news, will close by October the 1st. 581 employees now. It's been open since 1992. That's a hard pill to swallow when you lose 581 jobs with one closing there. This is back in 1999 for Glasgow Techno Trim. But we got to take the good with the bad and know that what we have is good, and we'll just move on to the next opportunity. And 10 years ago this day, I did not realize how the fame of this gentleman spreads across the board, but the Fifth Region Basketball Hall of Fame's newest member this day 10 years ago was Mr. Seaborn Elsey. Now, Seaborn is a good gentleman, and he's I know he's done some reporter work around here and some other things, but I didn't realize that he was a Fifth Region Basketball Hall of Famer, Sam.
Well, Seaborn's a Hall of Famer in whatever he does. And he is a great athlete and has been in years past, and he has been known to do some columns for the Barron County Progress and instructs in tennis and all sorts of things. He's quite the man about Cave City.
Yes, and he is. He's a fun guy just to talk to, I must say. And that's what we have in the archives. A lot of interesting historical facts here to share today, Sam. And I know that we've enjoyed all the basketball, the sports, and the other historical facts. A man with 17 bow ties to use in his daily wardrobe. And it's all courtesy of the folks who do the digging, Gail Berry and Ray Green and all the folks at the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center getting ready for a little murder mystery down there. And thanks to you, Sam, for your knowledge and willingness to share it, okay?
Glad to be here.
And we appreciate the sponsorship of Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services, 656. Good morning.
Let me ask you something. What do you see when you look at your home and your car? Do you see a bundle, a combo deal? That's how other insurance companies see them. But a State Farm agent sees so much more, because a State Farm agent sees your home and your car as more than just four walls and four wheels. They see the things you've worked really hard for. So why not give them the protection they deserve? Call State Farm agent Mike Bryant in Glasgow at 270-651-3608.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Wes Royce, and I'm joined with Bobby Lee Hurt.
And if you're in the market for a used vehicle, you need to listen up. We've got 4 vehicles we're going to tell you about right now, and there's a whole lot more. Great prices, quality vehicles. Give it to them, Bobby Lee.
Yes, we have a 2012 Mercedes C250 4-door sedan, sunroof leather, loaded up, priced at just $12,500. Got an 07 BMW 328i 4-door sedan, silver with black leather inside, just $6,900. A 2012 Honda Accord 4-door as well, lots of extras, only $9,900. And an 05 GMC Canyon crew cab 4-wheel drive, fire engine red, only $7,900.
Folks, if you're the kind of person who is reluctant to come on a car lot because you don't want to be bombarded with salespeople, let me introduce to you Hurt Auto Sales on West Main Street. The low pressure, no pressure, just a good time to come by and check out the vehicles at Hurt Auto Sales, where the motto is, Bobby,
no pain when you trade with Hurt.
Call 270-590-1181.
We got to beam a birthday way out west. We're going to say happy birthday in Tucson, Arizona this morning to Jeremiah Faulkner. Jeremiah Faulkner is in the Air Force in Tucson, Arizona, and his very thoughtful aunt called up to say, we got to beam this birthday out there to Arizona, to the Air Force base. We're going to do that. Jeremiah Faulkner, happy birthday from everybody at home.
You know what? This may go against what you've been told, but when we think about ourselves, it's okay to think great thoughts. In Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 17, the Bible says, the Lord your God is in your midst, a mighty one who will save. He'll rejoice over you with gladness. He will quiet you by his love. He will exult over you with loud singing. What if every day you thought about yourself as the object of the eternal God's love? What if you started your day by thinking about the fact that God thinks of you? What if you started your day by considering the fact that God sings about you? We should be thinking great thoughts of ourselves because God loves us. This has been Bart Warren for the South Green Street Church of Christ.
Weather from the WCLU Weather Center. Brought to you by South Central Bank.
Hello, I'm Todd Lockett, ag lender with South Central Bank. When I made the choice to join the South Central Bank team, I was blown away by our commitment to customer service and relationship banking. At South Central Bank, we work hard to cultivate trust and respect. The vision of the Bell family has grown from one single location to 29 convenient locations, each equipped to handle any of your needs, from cashing a check to buying your dream home or starting your business or farming operation. I would love the opportunity to gain your business and show you why South Central Bank is filled with people you can count on. South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Few clouds, chilly this morning, mostly sunny this afternoon, 54. Tonight, mainly clear and cold, 28. Maybe some jackets tomorrow morning, mostly sunny, 62. More clouds than sun on Thursday in the upper 60s. Friday, mild, cloudy, upper 60s. Then a chance of showers and thunderstorms on Saturday, with highs in the mid-60s. Then cooler weather Sunday, cloudy, upper 40s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stijic from the Weather Channel, WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. It's chilly, and we need to turn this thing around. It's 34 degrees, and the winds coming out of the northeast between 7 and 10 miles an hour make it feel even chillier. Pretty dry air, 63% humidity. And this weather update brought to you by all of your friends at South Central Bank.
We're here with the Shrimp Trio. They're playing a gig at Colton's. Here's fried shrimp.
What's up?
This is grilled lemon pepper shrimp.
Hello, ma'am.
And grilled Del Rio shrimp.
Howdy, partner. How y'all doing?
Get the Shrimp Trio now at Colton's Steakhouse and Grill and enjoy Tangler's rice and a side. Oh, and in case you haven't heard, crab cakes are at Colton's too. Colton's Steakhouse and Grill, serving you in Glasgow, Campbellsville, Radcliffe, and Bardstown. We know what's at stake, and shrimp too.
Why do you choose the pharmacy you use? Is it because of someone you know, or is it short wait times? Highland Pharmacy has considered all of these things that make your experience at the pharmacy pleasant. With a top-notch staff of pharmacists and techs you know and trust, 2 drive-through windows, and a commitment to not making you sit and wait any longer than necessary, you can see why so many choose Highland Pharmacy, and we invite you to come see us for your next prescription. Highland Pharmacy, just over from the TJ Health Pavilion, 301 Rogers Road. Call 270-629-4300.
7:01, we're going to play trivia here just in a moment, but let me do a little shout out here to some of the folks here tuned in on Facebook Live, like Roberta Houchin, Ernie Runyon, Chad Livingston, Dale Copus, Wanda Settle, Frida Rigsby. We're glad to have everybody tuning in and sending shout-outs in our direction, too. That's important that we get to hear from you. Coming right back with trivia here, 7:01. Make this the year that you transition into spring fully prepared. When it comes to making your home and property look its best to have Mammoth Cave Transplants at your side. Come to Mammoth Cave Transplants and see greenhouse after greenhouse full of bedding plants, hanging plants, trees, shrubs, all of the lavish colors and full foliage plants ready to beautify the world around you. Have you always wanted to get a good start to your garden? Well, Janet Dennison and her staff enjoy helping people pick out the right gardening plants, supplies, and materials to make your green thumb the best yet. Mammoth Cave Transplants is easy to get to. We're at 5394 Brownsville Road, Highway 259 between Pig and Rhodey. You'll be impressed with the sprawling complex where spring gardening, landscaping, and beautification is well underway. Call us today at 270-597-2533. We are Kentucky proud and we'll be celebrating 25 years in business. We keep Kentucky growing.
Congratulations. Are you excited about the new job?
Yes, but I don't know what to do with my 401k.
That's a big decision. As a Modern Woodman financial representative, I can explain your options and help you to make the best choice. I'm Anthony Mike. Call me today at 427-6807.
Get to know your local Modern Woodman representative to plan for your financial future and learn about valuable member benefits. Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures. Securities offered through MWA Financial Services, Inc., a wholly owned subsidiary of Modern Woodman of America.
All right, we're going to play trivia, and we're going to give away a delicious pizza from Little Caesars. Yes, Little Caesars Pizza. Your choice of a large sausage, a large pepperoni. Just got to answer the question I'm going to ask next.
We want pretzel crust! We want
Pretzel crust fans, rejoice because it's back. By popular demand, Little Caesars large, soft pretzel crust pizza featuring a creamy cheddar cheese sauce, pepperoni, and a 4-cheese blend surrounded by a delicious salted soft pretzel crust for just $6. Hot and ready every day between 4 and 8 and only $6 from the home of pretzel crust pizza, Little Caesars.
Pizza.
At participating locations plus tax.
All right, let's ask the trivia question here today. You provide the answer, 651-9149 or 800-956-1023. We've got a specific trivia question category today. It's Andy Griffith Trivia, 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Tell me, what did Opie try to win as a gift for Andy in the episode known as Opie and the Carnival? So you see, Opie goes to the carnival. Opie decides that he wants to win something for his pa, and so he participates in some carnival games. What was it that he wanted to win for his pa at the carnival trivia?
It's a razor.
Say it again.
A razor.
That's right. Who is this speaking?
Tim Coulter.
Tim, what are you doing?
I just watching you and listening to trivia, Henry.
Well, here's the thing. I was gonna, it's what kind of razor is it?
It's one of them, the old-fashioned one. He tried to win because they kept switching guns on everybody there, and he found out and made sure they give him a good gun when he finally won it.
It was an electric razor.
Electric razor, there you go.
Yeah, that's what I decided, well, hey, razor will be close enough, but electric razor, I'm sure Andy used a blade razor, and Opie thought it would be a good idea to give Pa a electric razor. And you're right, these two carnival hacks kept changing the guns with a bad sight on them, to where that Opie, who was a pretty good shot, I think.
Yeah, him and Goober both.
yeah, that's right. Goober was a better cheerleader than shot, though, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Tim, it just doesn't get any better than Andy Griffith.
Oh, no, I watch him every day.
Well, I mean, obviously you do, because you knew that one right off of the bat. First caller knows that Opie went to the carnival in this, the actual name of the episode was Opie and the Carnival.
Yeah.
And it was a great time right there where we learned about things. But anyway, you've done what's required to win a pizza, Tim Coulter.
Okay, well, thank you there, Henry.
So you come on by, get the card, go out and enjoy Little Caesars, and you know that they'll shoot you straight at Little Caesars for sure.
Okay,
Won't be any
Henry.
switching of guns out there, all right?
Okay, take care.
See you, Tim. Bye-bye. All right. Tim Coulter, that's right, in the episode Opie and the Carnival. Opie wanted to win something for his dad. What was it? It was an electric razor. And they finally got the gun in there that didn't have the bent sight, and he won it. Boy, how much have we learned watching the Andy Griffith Show? That's why Tim and I still watch it about every day, trying to learn a little more. Join us tomorrow. You never know what avenue we'll go down for trivia, but we'll try to make it interesting and enjoyable, and you get to show off your knowledge right there, too. Coming up, the news you depend on. The 7 o'clock morning edition is now.
CBS News Update. The Mueller investigation's a wrap. The special counsel finding no evidence of collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia. Now what? Political correspondent Ed O'Keefe on Capitol Hill.
Democrats agree. The full Mueller report needs to be released publicly, and both Mueller and Attorney General Barr should testify publicly, under oath, before Congress. Lawmakers want to know exactly what evidence Mueller had that did not exonerate the president on the question of obstructing justice.
Democrats are calling for the release by early next week. Senate Republicans have blocked a bill that would make it happen. President Trump's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, on CNN, pointing a finger at Hillary Clinton in Mr. Trump's defense.
She destroyed 30,000 emails. She took a hammer to her cell phones. She whitewashed her servers. He didn't do any of that. How can you say this is obstruction?
CBS News Update. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
The Royce Radio Family. WCLU, 1490 Glasgow. WCLU FM, 102.3 Munfordville, Glasgow. And W276DO, 103.1 Glasgow.
ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance. Yes, we have a history and roots in Southern Kentucky. Yes, we have a large staff to support our clients with the attention and efficiency they deserve. Best of all, we continue to get better at what we do. You make us better. Let us show you the type of insurance experience we think should always come standard. Every person, family, home, farm, or business we serve gets our best effort. Dedicated to what's best for you, we're ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902, I'm Daniel Bird, and I'd love the opportunity to work with you. Please give us a call.
BG Tire is way more than just tires, though they are the perfect fit for your new tires using your tax refund. Plus, they're your full-service tire and automotive center. They offer pickup and drop-off service to your home or business to save you time. Alignments, oil changes, and brake work, BG Tire does it all, including emergency roadside assistance 24 hours a day. Put your faith in the company that Bowling Green and Glasgow have trusted for over 4 generations. BG Tire, across from BG Home Furnishings on Lovers Lane in Bowling Green.
Good morning. For WCLU News, I'm Brennan Crane reporting. The City of Glasgow has a new city clerk. The Glasgow City Council met last night at Glasgow City Hall for the second time this month. Mayor Harold Armstrong swore Mona Simmons in as the new city clerk after former city clerk Jamie McFarland's resignation. Simmons has a history of working in the city. She was a former administrative clerk to former Mayor Dick Doty. In other business, the council held a second reading of an ordinance to increase the city's contribution to economic development from $60,000 per year to $120,000 per year. Councilman Terry Bunnell persisted in his idea of removing any language in the proposed ordinance that dealt with salaries or advertising. Bunnell brought this before the council at the March 11th meeting. According to Bunnell, if the wording were kept in the ordinance, it would restrict the city.
I don't think it's prudent at this time for the city to place any restrictions upon the funds as the Marion County Economic Authority group is in the process of reorganizing. Further, this action allows the city to be flexible with economic assistance in the creation of jobs and for business development. So I move for the passage of this amendment.
According to Bunnell, every member of the council voted in support of Bunnell except Councilman Patrick Gauntz. According to Gauntz, this would not allow the ordinance to serve its purpose, economic development.
We also got a plan for the economic development of our city.
With the amendment passage, there will be a reading at the next council meeting to assess the viability of the amended ordinance. City grant writer April Russell was present to offer the council any advice on proposed grants that were passed at last night's meeting. The council voted to pass 3 resolutions for grants. The first was a resolution to apply for a grant for a portable paper shredder. Russell said it is a popular thing. She referenced last Saturday's Shredder Day as an example of the community's desire for a paper shredder. She says 13,980 pounds of paper was shredded in 3 hours. The other grants would allow the city to receive a Kentucky League of Cities Insurance Services compensation grant and a grant administered by the Kentucky Pride Fund Household Hazardous Waste Management. On Monday, the Glasgow Police Department responded to Bryan Street in an attempt to serve an active arrest warrant. Officers made contact with Ronald Matthews inside of a garage. Officers received consent to search the garage and located marijuana and methamphetamine. Matthews of Glasgow was arrested and charged with possession of a controlled substance, first-degree, first offense, methamphetamine, possession of marijuana, and possession of drug paraphernalia. The arrest was made by Officer Mark Cromwell, assisted by Officer Wesley Hicks. On Saturday, the Glasgow Police Department responded to the Barron County Detention Center in reference to a complaint that had an inmate with spice in his possession. Devonja Sweat of Nashville, Tennessee, was charged with possession of synthetic drugs, first offense, promoting contraband, first degree, and possession of drug paraphernalia. The arrest was made by Officer Mark Cromwell, assisted by Officer Wesley Hicks and Deputy Jailer Clifford Sumler. And last Monday, the Glasgow Police Department conducted a traffic stop on Old Bowling Green Road for a vehicle that had an expired Kentucky registration plate. Officer John Dewberry made contact with the driver, identified as Amanda Eversole, and confirmed that she had an active arrest warrant. Officer Dewberry received consent to search the vehicle and located a glass pipe that contained methamphetamine residue. Amanda Eversole of Glasgow was arrested and charged with failure to illuminate headlamps, no registration plates, failure of owner to maintain required insurance, first offense, possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of a controlled substance, first offense, methamphetamine. The arrest was made by Officer John Dewberry. It's 34 degrees, 7:13 at WCLU. We'll be right back for more local news.
At Hardee's, we change deals forever. Deals used to be a way to get rid of the unpopular stuff. Well, Hardee's thinks deals should sell the best stuff for $2.49, which is why this Hardy value serves up a juicy charbroiled bacon double cheeseburger, our hot ham and cheese, or hand-breaded chicken in our Southern-style tender sandwich, each for only $2.49. One day, historians will look back on this Hardy value as a turning point for deal variety and quality. Historians like to make a big deal out of big deals. Hardee's, because it tastes better.
Offer available for a limited time after regular breakfast hours at participating Hardee's restaurants. Price and participation may vary. Tax not included.
Everybody wants to feel good about their pharmacy, but in the quest for good health, price does become a factor. In Glasgow, we have a pharmacy that has been able to combine customer service with the lowest possible price day in and day out. That pharmacy is Park Avenue Pharmacy. Ask your friends. They'll tell you that when comparing the price of prescription drugs time and time again, Park Avenue Pharmacy is the lowest price. And with full-time pharmacists and friendly faces you know, you should request the prescriptions be filled at Park Avenue Pharmacy. Park Avenue Pharmacy is located in the Park Avenue Shopping Center, easy to get to from anywhere. Phone 651-5156. You can get low prices and full service. Simply trust Park Avenue Pharmacy in Glasgow.
Have you been putting off buying a new vehicle? Well, Bailey Gibson in Glasgow says the wait is over. Just announced, and for a limited time, GM is extending supplier pricing to every customer, plus cash allowance on all 2018 and 2019 Buicks and GMC cars and SUVs in stock. What's the bottom line? Pick out your next Buick, GMC, or SUV from the huge in-stock inventory at Bailey Gibson, and you'll get up to 16% off MSRP on all cars and SUVs in stock. Couldn't get any simpler. Don't miss out. Come to Bailey Gibson Buick GMC, 306 Happy Valley Road, Glasgow.
This hour, a Kentucky man who killed his family and then took a high school classroom hostage 25 years ago has been denied parole. Kentucky Department of Corrections spokeswoman Lisa Lamb says the state parole board deliberated Monday and decided 42-year-old Clay Shrout should remain in prison. News outlets report Shrout was 17 in 1994 when he fatally shot his mother, father, and 2 sisters in their Boone County home and then went to Ryle High School where he held students hostage. During a hearing last week, Shrout told the parole board that he was sorry for his actions, that he wasn't a public threat, and that he planned to move out of state if released. Lamb says Shrout will have to serve another 10 years before he'll be eligible to go before the parole board again. A judge has cautioned lawyers to watch their language when responding to a lawsuit challenging 2 Kentucky laws aimed at restricting abortion. U.S. District Judge David J. Hell set a Friday hearing on a preliminary injunction motion requested by attorneys for the only abortion clinic in Kentucky. The clinic's attorneys argue both laws are unconstitutional. Attorneys for Governor Matt Bevin are defending the laws. In setting the hearing, Hell cautioned lawyers to, quote, avoid intemperate language in pre-hearing documents. He didn't state why he urged attorneys to watch their language. In one court filing, the state attorneys said doctors must be viewed as healers, not enablers and practitioners of eugenics. Eugenics is a belief that the human race can be improved through controlled breeding. The judge has temporarily blocked enforcement of both laws passed by the Republican-dominated legislature and signed by Bevin. A Kentucky man is fighting a traffic citation he received while feeding a homeless man. Morris Sword told the Kentucky Inquirer he saw the man holding a sign that said homeless and hungry, so he decided to buy him a meal. Sword says he returned to his car to the man's spot in Florence and his wife was handing food out the window when a police officer approached. Sword says he was cited for stopping on a limited access highway. The citation says the vehicle was stopped in the right lane as traffic approached. The Florence Police Department did not respond to the newspaper's request for comment. Sword pleaded not guilty in court last week. His attorney says he will pursue dismissal of Sword's ticket at the April 5th trial. Kentucky forestry officials are urging people to be more cautious as spring forest fire season becomes more active. A statement from the Kentucky Division of Forestry says it has battled more than 189 forest fires, which have damaged more than 1,524 acres since March 1st. The spring fire season began February 15th. Fire Management Chief Michael Froelich says people should be cautious when burning outdoors, especially when conditions are dry and windy. Debris fires that have gotten away from homeowners have caused 30% of this season's fires. He says arson is the leading cause of fires this season, causing 52% of them. Citizens are asked to report any unusual activity they may see around a wildfire to local law enforcement. It's 7:18, 34 degrees at WCLU. I'm Brennan Crane.
Hello, I'm Anthony Myatt. Thanks for calling. How can I help you?
I need life insurance, but it's so complicated.
It can be. As a Modern Woodman agent, I'm trained to design the best plan for you.
Great. Thanks a lot. I'm so glad I called you.
Call me anytime at 427-6807.
Get to know your local Modern Woodman representative to plan for your financial future and learn about valuable member benefits. Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures. Securities offered through MWA Financial Services, Inc., a wholly owned subsidiary of Modern Woodman of America.
Wouldn't you love to have your own hunting ground? That's exactly what you can do by attending this auction sale Saturday, hosted by the Elmore Auction Team. The address is 5455 Boiling Springs Road in Munfordville. 162 acres of excellent property to be divided into 4 tracts, in both large and small tracts. Now, this land is suitable for hunting, for raising crops, or for raising cattle. Tracts are divided into 24, 29, 51, and 52 acres. These can be sold individually, combined with others, or sold in full. Go to the Elmore Auction site at elmoreauction.com and look at the plat and see how wonderful this property lays. Then be there at 10 a.m. Saturday morning at 5455 Boiling Springs Road in Munfordville. This quality auction is being handled by the auction specialist at Elmore Realty and Auction, Dakota Ray Elmore, broker auctioneer. Stop into their offices on the Oil City Road in Glasgow. Elmore, the name you've grown to trust in Barron County since 1935. It's 34 degrees. It's chilly outside, but we've got warmth on the inside because we've got some special things coming up right here and some special things we want to talk about on the radio and on the TV and on Facebook Live today. We have a very special guest, Miss Janice Hayes. Janice is here with us today. She is with the Kentucky Career Center. She is the Business Services Advisor. Janice, it's exciting times at the Kentucky Career Center now, isn't it?
Yes, it is. We are excited. Thank you for having us today.
We got 2 things we want to talk about here today. First of all, we want to talk about something that's coming up on Thursday for folks who are interested in finding a job, for folks who need help. This is a career connection. You got two sides of the equation. You got folks who would like employment. You got folks who need employees. This career connection that is coming up on Thursday at the Hero Center at 100 Cheatham Street. And I think we mentioned this the other day. That's, you might know that as the Boys and Girls Club. But, Janice, it's a wonderful facility. And what a great place to have this career connection on Thursday. Tell our listeners what this is going to be like, ma'am.
The Career Connection is for job seekers or anyone searching for a job. They can come out and see what is out there. Barron County has a lot to offer, so we will have some of our largest industry employers at the event, and we're excited, and we thank the Housing Authority for allowing us to have the Career Connection there. It is free to enter the Career Connection this Thursday, and it will be 8:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m., and there will be about 14 employers on site.
My goodness. Now, I like the, and I don't believe we can show this completely, but it's a really good flyer that you all have posted a lot of different places. Ask questions like, who is currently hiring? What jobs there would work for me? What would be included in their pay and benefits package? These are the kind of things you can connect with when you go out to the event on Thursday. Is that not right?
Yes, we encourage you to bring your resume, bring a smile, be ready to interview and apply to the open positions that are going to be there.
Now, Janice, this is something that I know that you can help people with. If there are people out there in the audience who've never gone somewhere to apply for a job, to interview for a job, to investigate a job, give me the top 3 things we ought to worry about, Janice.
Well, number one, we need to make sure that your resume looks good. And you can stop by the Kentucky Career Center Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and we will assist you with building up your resume. And we are on 445 North Green Street here in Glasgow.
First, now, hold that thought right there. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to kill a rumor. The rumor was the Career Center is still closed. The truth is that's not true.
That is true. We are open. So a lot of our customers in Barron County think that we are closed. We are not closed. We are open. We are at 445 North Green Street in Glasgow, right next to Zinke's dog daycare.
Yeah.
And so we can assist you with your resume. We can help you search for a job, even potentially looking at going back to school if you're eligible.
So why they were closed is because the fact they were remodeling. Now, I haven't seen it yet, but everybody's going to get to see it here on Friday.
Yes.
With the big ribbon cutting. We talked about that some yesterday, but why don't you just go ahead and plug that while we're talking, Janice?
Okay. This Friday, we will be having a ribbon cutting, a grand reopening for the Kentucky Career Center, Friday, March 29th. It will be at the Kentucky Career Center, 445 North Green Street, from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. We invite the customers and the citizens out to the ribbon cutting. We will have local law government will be there. Some state representatives will be there. Our workforce development board will be present, and we're super excited about the event.
Yes, indeed. So we got 2 things. Let's get it straight. The first one on Thursday is an event down at the Hero Center, the Boys and Girls Club. What a great place it is to have that career connection. And then on Friday, we're going to celebrate the new and improved Glasgow, Kentucky Career Center on North Green Street. And let's see, I'll just say this. A lot of the discussion of recent city council meetings is the fact that, we need to continue to recruit industry. We need to continue to work on building our base of employers. But what a better way to know that we've got good employees that these folks can hire by learning how to present themselves and going through the Kentucky Career Center and some of the services that they offer, or that you offer, Janice.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of, also for the employers listening, a lot of our services are free. So if they need to post a job with us, if they need some resumes, that we have individuals that come in looking for employment, we do keep resumes on file if they're looking for a certain industry, if they're looking for administrative, or if they're looking for manufacturing, they can come in and we will help them apply to the employer's website. And also we can refer the individual to the employer as a potential job seeker candidate.
I think the Kentucky Career Center is going to continue to play a big role in the economic development of this community. Let's go out and take advantage of the Career Connection, and let's come out and show our support for the Kentucky Career Center by attending the ribbon cutting on Friday, 11:30 to 12:30 at 445 North Green Street. Does that sound right?
That is right. And if you have any questions or you want to ask any questions, you can contact the Career Center at 270-651-2121.
All right, Janice, I really appreciate you letting us know about this, and I appreciate you spending the time, and thanks for making sure you're sorting through all these things. I think you're doing a really good job of explaining the opportunities at the Career Connection on Thursday and the opportunity to come out and see the newly remodeled, the newly improved Kentucky Career Center.
Yeah.
Thank you for – go ahead, I'm sorry, you have something else to add.
I was going to say thank you for having us. We really appreciate it.
Well, I'm just tickled to be here, and I'm glad to learn about it. I'm glad to know that good folks are coordinating these efforts around here too.
Thank you.
That's Janice Hayes. She has an official title here. It is the Business Services Advisor. Can't beat that.
Can't beat that.
Have a good day, Janice.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Janice Hayes, thank you for being here. The Kentucky Career Center connecting with the Career Connection on Thursday. Come out for the ribbon cutting and let's see here. What was the other thing I was going to tell you about? And, of course, at the Glasgow Career Center at 445 North Green Street in Glasgow. All right, Janice, 728 WCLU. Good morning.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. A federal judge has cautioned lawyers to watch their language when filing documents before a hearing on a lawsuit challenging two Kentucky laws aimed at putting new restrictions on abortion. U.S. District Judge David Hales set a Friday hearing on a preliminary injunction motion requested by the only abortion clinic in Kentucky. The state's largest school district is giving the Department of Education a preliminary list of teachers who called out sick to protest in Frankfort. Sick-outs during the legislative session forced schools to close across the state. Jefferson County Public Schools closed 6 times over a 2-week period. Education Commissioner Dr. Wayne Lewis sent a letter to 10 school districts asking for the names earlier this month. An Irvine, Kentucky police officer is recovering after being given Narcan following his work on a drug bust. Police Captain John Sterniolo was at a drug arrest over the weekend when he was exposed to heroin and passed out in the driveway at the residence. Sterniolo tells WKYT Narcan was administered twice to save his life.
I started getting a very weird feeling, something I've never experienced before. I knew I had to get out of the house into the fresh air.
Authorities arrested the suspect for trafficking and possession of heroin, as well as a wanton endangerment charge. And the 6th seed Kentucky women are at the end of their season after falling to number 3 seed North Carolina State in the second round of the NCAA tournament. NC State defeated the Wildcats 72-57 yesterday. UK coach Matthew Mitchell.
But I just felt like all night with the outstanding play of North Carolina State, we just were into a headwind all night and just could never get it turned.
The Cats finished the season with a 25-8 overall record. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Have you checked your credit report lately? Don't fall for any scams. Better Business Bureau's president and CEO, Rihanna Smith-Hamblin, has some tips.
Don't fall for emails that offer free credit reports. Look for grammatical and spelling errors, and don't click on any links. It could lead to identity theft. Go straight to the source, annualcreditreport.com, to get your free credit report up to 3 times per year. The site will ask for some personal information. For more tips, go to bbb.org.
Staying safe on the road is everyone's responsibility for motorists and motorcyclists alike. Drivers, look out for motorcycles. They can be difficult to see, and bikers, do your part in staying visible. Motorcyclists have the same rights as every other motor vehicle. That's somebody's family member or friend. So drivers, give motorcycles the full lane. No sharing. Check your mirrors and blind spots often and keep a safe following distance. Share the road, not the lane. Bikers' lives depend on it. Paid for with federal funds through the Kentucky.
All right, 7:31 on the Star 1490 line. We need to tell you about a traffic accident that has occurred on 31 East South, the Scottsville Road. It's in the 3300 block of Scottsville Road. Traffic accident there. We aren't real clear if traffic is obstructed or if it's shut down, but either way, let's treat it like it's shut down because of the fact that it could be dangerous with the morning's busy commute. So just be aware of that. Scottsville Road, 31 East South, the 3300 block of Scottsville Road is where the accident has occurred. And we really appreciate people who call us up and let us pass that along so that we can get folks safely going in the direction they need to go. But we also want to be careful while traveling is treacherous working the accident scene in the 3300 block of Scottsville Road, 31 East South. Every Monday and Tuesday, enjoy half-off sushi and appetizers at Shogun Bistro in Glasgow all day long. That's right, half-off sushi and appetizers. Shogun Bistro of Glasgow. You've chosen wisely.
You find yourself thinking about the future? Perhaps you are considering downsizing or purchasing your first home. Or maybe your family is growing and you need a bigger home. I'm Gay Parker, mortgage originator with Citizens First Bank. With my 40 years of experience helping homeowners in South Central Kentucky, I can find the best mortgage product for you, regardless of your stage of life. Stop in our Glasgow branch or apply online at citizensfirstbank.com. Citizens First, the best choice for the best mortgage loans.
NMLS number 419873. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. All in subject to credit approval.
Let's turn to local sports. In high school softball yesterday, Barron County down Franklin Simpson 11-0. Greenwood defeated Allen County Scottsville 11-1. It was Greene County over Caverna 15-0. Hart County over Warren Central 13-1, and Metcalfe County ousted Adair County 17-7. In baseball yesterday, in an exciting matchup, it was Barron County defeating Warren East in a 9-inning affair. The final score: Barron County 6, Warren East 3. It was also Logan County over Allen County Scottsville 11-1, and Monroe County downed Clay County, Tennessee by a final of 7-3. High school baseball today, the crosstown rivals matchup. It is Barron County taking on Glasgow in the first district game for the Scotties. At a 5 o'clock first pitch, Joe Myers and Bruce Tribune will broadcast the game live from Barron County High School at 4:55 on WCLU 103.1 FM and 1490 AM and online at playwclu.com. The baseball action this afternoon, Allen County Scottsville travels to Monroe County. Gavarna hosts John Hardin. Hart County visits Adair County, and Edmondson County entertains Whitesville Trinity. In softball today, Glasgow goes to Monroe County. Barron County plays at Russell County. Hart County is on the road at Clinton County, and Edmondson County travels to Metcalfe County. That's a check of local sports.
Why do you choose the pharmacy you use? Is it because of someone you know, or is it short wait times? Highland Pharmacy has considered all of these things that make your experience at the pharmacy pleasant. With a top-notch staff of pharmacists and techs you know and trust, 2 drive-through windows, and a commitment to not making you sit and wait any longer than necessary, you can see why so many choose Highland Pharmacy, and we invite you to come see us for your next prescription. Highland Pharmacy, just over from the TJ Health Pavilion, 301 Rogers Road. Call 270-629-4300.
Weather from the WCLU Weather Center. Brought to you by Key Cleaners on Happy Valley Road in Glasgow.
At Key 1 Hour Cleaners, we've been serving Glasgow for 31 years, and we're here to stay. Yes, back in 1988, the Catron family began Key 1 Hour Cleaners. We're still in the same location on Happy Valley Road, and we're working each day to keep your wardrobe in top shape. We have convenient hours for everyone, and we're open for drop-off and pickup on Saturdays, too. If you need a dry cleaners you can count on Key 1 Hour Cleaners being there. 31 years and growing. Key Cleaners.
High pressure is now in, and that means dry weather. Now we're going to stay on the cool side for a few days, meaning down below normal. Should be in the mid-60s this time of year. But we'll get back to that and then some toward the end of the week. Next chance for rain, probably going to be the beginning of the weekend. With an approaching front, an area of low pressure. Looks like that day is going to be Saturday, where we'll see that chance come on in. But for now, as I said, it's high pressure. A few clouds, chilly this morning. Mostly sunny this afternoon, 54. Tonight, mainly clear and cold. 28. So, yeah, maybe some jackets tomorrow morning. Don't lose it in the afternoon if you shed it. Mostly sunny, 62. More clouds than sun on Thursday in the upper 60s. Friday, mild, cloudy, upper 60s. Then a chance of showers and thunderstorms on Saturday with highs in the mid-60s. Then cooler weather Sunday, cloudy, upper 40s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stijic from a Weather Channel, WCLU, your home for local.
All right. Thank you, Ray. We got the current conditions here. The barometer is at 30.23. The winds out of the northeast between 7 and 10 miles an hour. 63% humidity. 33 degrees at WCLU this morning. Weather brought to you by Key Cleaners.
When was the last time you got your Ralphie on? What's getting your Ralphie on, you ask, when you're